Are we going to sit on this thing? All right, well, you should know how it works. How many years have we been doing?
Hello, and welcome to Take Flight Live with Phoenix Stage Company, award-winning 100% volunteer community theater organization located in Oakville, Connecticut. I'm Ed Bassett, Executive Director of Phoenix Stage Company, here with Tim Phillips. Say hello, Tim.
Hello.
See, you never say hello, Tim, anymore. You just say hello. Are you bored with it?
No, I say goodbye. Say goodnight, Tim. I always say goodnight.
No, he always says goodnight, Tim. He's never said hello, Tim.
Oh my God, I got Michael.
Say hello, Michael.
Hello, Michael.
We're back to
welcome to Take Flight Live.
We're back to our old table.
Yeah, we like this table.
It hides things.
Oh.
That's a bit of a gray area there. We don't
Maybe on you.
Boy, you missed the pre-show.
Tim can't contain himself when he's next to Ed.
Well, wait for it. Tim got new glasses. Hey,
did.
Tim.
All right. Shall we model the new glasses?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
I just got these.
Show them your new glasses,
so,
Tim.
This has been approved by a panel of people that I brought. Warby Parker is the company, and they send you, if you ask, they send you like 5 pairs. And these are the ones I chose.
Yeah, who does he look like?
Anderson Cooper. No?
Would that you did. No.
Oh my God.
Just so you know, these are new prescriptions.
Copycat.
These are brand new prescriptions.
Copycat.
I cannot see. I can't even see the computer. Wait,
You know, you could have just asked me to borrow my glasses, Tim.
You know, Ed.
It's a form of flattery.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you also could just be flattered. You're setting trends.
Yes.
I'm a
trendsetter. At my age, I'm a trendsetter.
Damn it, you beat me to it.
Yes. See, now I had.
How can I make age jokes if you beat me to it?
But
we need to say hello to my sister in Tennessee.
Oh,
Hello,
hi,
Barbie.
Hi, Barbie. And
Max.
And everybody else watching today. And we have some audience members today.
Yeah, so there are fewer people in the audience. That means chat room will be busy.
Yes, so actually people chatting.
I feel bad because Chanel came here because last time everybody else was here and there was no one in the chat room.
Right.
So she figured she would come here to be with everyone, and now no one's here.
Chat room.
And she's here with Carlos and our guest Laura, who will be joining us in a few.
That's true.
Al is here too. Say hello, Al.
Hi, Al.
There's Al.
There's Al. Do you know that today is International Cheese Lovers Day?
Whoop, 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 whoop.
It is.
Yes.
It is. So my jokes today are all about cheese.
Be afraid. Be very
I
afraid.
I worked so hard on these.
I love.
Hey Tim, what do you call a dinosaur made of cheese?
I don't know. What do you call a dinosaur made of cheese?
Gorgonzilla.
You have the right audience today.
Gorgonzilla.
Carlos is famous for
What's your favorite kind of cheese?
cheddar? Cheddar.
You like cheddar?
I like a good, strong, sharp cheddar cheese.
Okay.
Mostly Vermont cheddar.
Okay.
I'm not.
Do you have a favorite cheese?
Oh, I love smoked Gouda.
Smoked Gouda. That's a Gouda. Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your favorite?
You know, it depends on the format. Right?
Format for
like
cheese?
if it's a grilled cheese, it's got to be American cheese. And I know that's not real cheese; it's processed dairy.
I know,
product.
but I agree.
But it has to be that, right?
You want the melty stuff.
I love blue cheese on a salad.
Ugh.
I love blue cheese on a burger.
I can't do blue cheese.
Really love that.
Blue cheese is cheese that went bad.
I love
Isn't it?
in my macaroni and cheese. I like a mixture, like Swiss cheese and cheddar cheese, and a mixture of cheeses in the grilled cheese
What's
in
even
macaroni cheese.
better is when we get those burgers that have the cheese inside the burger.
How do they do that?
Yeah,
Like that,
stuffed, yeah, or a little bit like a hot pocket.
So with the amount of cheese that you eat
Yeah.
at any given time, you are a stuffed burger.
I am definitely
Because they say that
You
we
are what you
die
eat.
with what, 50 pounds of meat undigested meat or something, or what's the poundage? We die with a whole bunch of undigested meat in our body, in our guts.
Okay.
And so your cheese is mixed in there. So you are a stuffed burger.
That's a fun fact I never wanted to know about.
How was your week,
I
Tim?
will never think of you the same, Tim.
I know.
How was your week?
A little sad. I had 2 funerals this week.
Okay.
One was virtual. One was Laura and I went to one yesterday. But there were people that were their friends that were up there in years. It's just kind of sad. Yeah. But it happens. But
I don't want to sound rude.
No.
But I have. So a virtual funeral, was it just a viewing of the person on the screen the whole time, and you were at home?
No. It was. They set the camera up. They set the camera up like not like a podcast, but they set it up at the back of the funeral home, so you got to see the minister. And the family.
It just really confused me.
Yeah.
Like,
where did they think they put the camera in the casket?
Well, yeah, like it's a viewing. That's the whole.
He didn't say a virtual wake. He said a virtual funeral.
Well, it was because they did everything there except the burial.
That just kind of like, because everything is Zoom.
Yeah, that's what this
everything has been
was,
Zoom
yeah.
for so long. So it's just that. I'm sorry about that. I mean,
Well, it was the best way for me to attend it, and that worked out well. But as sad as all that is, it's not as trying to get through this weather lately. We are in that part of January.
We live in New England.
I know, but it's like, it's so dreary out right now. I
just am like, but it's like
we were
it's so cold. It's January. You live in the Northeast.
Yeah. And we were just talking. Yeah, I'm sure it is, Al.
I used to ski. I skied all through high school, right? And I had so much fun. But Al, I give you props, man, because I don't know that I really feel like sitting on a chair and riding up a mountain.
Yeah.
I mean, put me in a gondola with a cocktail. I'll get to the top of the mountain.
And then
because
then
coming back down is very fast.
Yes.
You just, Now, I really enjoyed skiing, but I don't know if I would enjoy it as much right now because
I would love to go sledding again. That's what I really miss. You didn't like sledding?
No.
Oh, I love sledding.
I just think, what? You're putting yourself on a board and going, whee! God knows where you're going. You can't steer.
Well,
we did it as a kid. I mean, I have a big old scar on the inside of my leg from sledding. I mean, it's like, I almost became Edith. And so, I mean, it was like,
But with Omicron and everything else, though, it's still one of the few things you could do right now that you're less likely to get COVID.
Listen,
I would do it again.
I'm all about outside, and maybe I don't know if Al would be my friend afterwards, but maybe he'll take me skiing one day. Maybe we can go skiing again. I'm not a bad skier.
I'm sure. How many years has it been since you skied? A few. We'll say a few.
1987, I skied.
All right.
Oh, come on. It's like riding a bike.
No.
It's like riding a bike.
Well, thank you.
Of course, my skis at the time weren't parabolic.
And I just want you to know, I was born a year after you.
All right, there you see. Here we go. So it was the year I got married.
Barely, but I was.
Listen, this year is my 40th high school reunion.
You're 40. Okay.
This year will be my 40th high school reunion.
All right, I got to tell you, my grammar school last year had our 50th reunion. 50th for a grammar school.
I've never heard of a grammar school.
I didn't either, but it makes sense when you think about it if you're from where I'm from. But I went to my 40th.
Because you're old?
Yes.
Like cheese. Because cheese, you have to age.
Like a good
Speaking
age.
of cheese.
Oh, God. All right, go ahead.
Why didn't the cheese want to get sliced, Tim?
Why didn't the cheese? What cheese wouldn't want to get sliced? Why didn't it want to get sliced?
Because it had greater plans.
So... So anyway, a few years ago.
I need to say something for this story.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Please say it, Craig.
You
Yeah.
saying that you'd understand if you knew where I came from and having an elementary school reunion.
Right.
It's a very Rose Nyland story.
Oh no, no.
Well, I see where you're going with that.
Thank you.
And I'm not going to
Thank you,
explain it.
Laura.
But anyway, a few years ago, I had my 40th.
And you brought your Gefurfernirgen?
What?
Your Gefurfernirgen?
No. I had my 40th high school reunion. And I didn't last very long at the reunion because even though I was wearing a name tag, they kept calling me Tom. I came back here instead. It had a show going on. I was like, I'm rather go here.
So you took your Gefurfernirgen and you went home.
Well, I'll tell you what really was disturbing. And if you go to your 40th, you're going to find the same thing.
I'm not going to my 40th.
If you go to your 40th, the first thing you'll say is like, who are these old people?
That's why I'm not going.
I
I know.
realized-
I see them online or whatever, or
Yeah.
Sue comes down and like
You
know,
look at them and like, who are they?
No,
Oh, wait.
no,
that's-
thank you.
That's
That's
my
why I
age.
don't go to any reunions. I
Yeah,
just use
no,
Facebook
it's
to
it's
know
all
if I'm
it's all
back.
good. It's
I
all
don't.
good.
What I really learned more than anything else. I'm trying to think if we have anybody watching this that was in my high school class. I hope not. I don't miss them at all. I don't miss high school at all. I thought I did. You know how you have, after a certain period of time, you have like a romantic history in your mind about, oh, things are so great in high school. We were in the choir. We did this. We did that. No.
I was in the choir. That made my life hell. I did musicals. That made my life hell.
Yeah.
Now,
But you did other
the
things,
interesting
too.
thing was I did play some sport kind of things, cross country ski team, the rifle team, and things like that. So you were cool during those seasons.
Yes.
And then you would do grease,
Then-
and
okay.
you'd get pelted in the locker room.
Yeah. Right.
So I
Or
mean,
stuffed into a locker.
it was fine. Whatever. It was over. I was a terrible student. I didn't like school. I moved on.
Here's the thing. I remember we had a 5th year reunion. We had a 10th year reunion. Now I graduated in 75, right? So you think 25 years is 2000. It's
Yeah.
going to be huge, right?
Yeah.
We didn't even have one.
No, yeah. So I think it helped that I moved out of state. I joined the military and I moved out of state. So I wasn't around for any of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So whatever, it's all good. Occasionally, when I would go to Vermont to visit my sister when she lived there, I would kind of look around and go, I wonder if I went to school with that person.
Yeah.
I wonder because I wasn't there to see people change.
Sure. Laura's the
as we
same way.
aged.
She had different, I think her senior year, I'm probably getting this wrong. Her senior year was the first year at that high school.
Yeah.
So she didn't really, I think she has one friend that she still keeps in touch with. I have a couple of people that I still keep in touch with.
Yeah.
Facebook is good for that. That's one of the
My
good things
sister
about it.
Deb, who
Yeah.
volunteers here, and
Yeah.
she's probably watching. She's probably in the chat room. She's still like best friends with her high school best friends, and actually with people
Okay.
that she went to middle school with. They were like the three amigos,
Right.
but there were 4 of them.
Yeah.
And so the 3 amigos in each other's weddings and all of that stuff.
Right.
And they still get together and do stuff. One lives out of state, but they still
But now
see
you
each other.
can-
They go to lunch,
a
they
lot
go do
easier.
things together. And I admire that.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
lot
still
easier
friends
now
with
to-
Sue. She lives
yeah.
out of state, but we get together when we can.
Well, it's a lot easier to keep in touch now.
So here's a question for you, something for Michael to do.
A poll
If
question.
you're in the chat room,
Yes.
you can tell Michael like a fond memory you have from high school. Or I have a better one.
Oh, a better one.
I have a better one.
Yes.
Your favorite school lunch.
Oh.
Tell us your favorite school lunch, and Michael's
Yes.
going to write it down for us.
All right. Do you have one?
They're going to do that.
Do you have a favorite lunch?
I do.
What is it?
American goulash.
Okay, American goulash. Yeah. That's
Yes.
chop, or chop
It was
suey,
like
right?
it was chop suey. Yeah. It was like this
Which is a
elbow macaroni with a meat sauce
Yeah.
and peppers and onions in it and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
American
American
chop
goulash.
suey or
Goulash.
American goulash. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. That was my favorite. I hated the pizza. It was frozen pizza.
we had my favorite was hamburgers with potato chips, and you would take the potato chips and make a crunch burger.
Yeah,
out of
no,
it.
we didn't have hamburgers.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
we didn't have that.
was great.
Yeah.
Chocolate milk.
I did
having
not
that.
like the chicken croquettes.
We didn't have that.
It was like a fried chicken ball with gravy on it.
Oh,
Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
so it was obviously frozen, and I didn't like those so much.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed the American chop suey.
My Aunt Bert worked
Yeah.
as a cafeteria cook in the school that I went, my grammar school. Like the last couple of years of his grammar school, she got hired by them. So I'd go to lunch and there's my aunt there, and she always made sure that I didn't get anything special because I was her nephew.
Al, did you have a favorite?
I always brought a sandwich from home.
You went to school back in the 1800s, right?
Yeah, well, that's why he had to slaughter his own animal to have his and cook a chicken right there on the ground.
No, listen,
I have a sole memory of lunches in high school.
I absolutely hope that I have the energy that Al has.
True. I wish I had
Yeah.
it. Period.
71 and cranking.
Now
We
here's
can all hope to be who Al is.
that's true. We should have
The man
that.
bikes across Canada.
He's in better shape than me now.
Did you have study hall? Our study hall was in the cafeteria.
Yes, we had study hall.
Did you have we had a hot chocolate machine?
No, well, I didn't
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
Taft. I'm sorry, I didn't go to Taft.
Oh no, this is Southbury High School.
No, and I would
We
always
had
get a pass to leave study hall to go to one of my other activities, like the dark room for photojournalism
Oh,
class
yeah,
or the art
yeah.
pottery room for art class. I would always get a pass to go do those things.
Were
Yeah.
you as adept as I was at hiding from the hall monitors? You get to know where they were.
We
in
didn't
the
have
school.
hall monitors.
And one school cabinet did you go to or something?
We didn't have hall monitors.
No, it was our school was so the school I went to, the high school I went to was very small. It was only 2 floors.
Yeah.
I think there were 40 classrooms, but it was
big
6th
was your-
grade through 12th.
How big was your high school graduation? class?
92.
Okay. That's one.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was fine. I mean,
Yeah.
it was fine.
That's actually a
Now,
good sign.
if you were to go to Vermont now and go there, they've added onto it. It's huge,
Sure.
and they've got all these great things that we never had, like
Oh,
a
yeah.
football team. We didn't have a football team when I went. It was soccer and lacrosse.
You
and
kids
swimming
don't
and-
know what life was like.
You don't know.
We had a rock and we threw it
Listen,
back in it.
we have some birthdays we have to talk about.
Oh, shit, we're on.
Birthdays.
Hold on.
Here we
Wait,
go.
we gotta wait for our
Wait for
technical
it.
producer. Because I gave him like a task to do too for all those hundreds of people chatting with us.
That's it.
Yeah.
Don't get salty.
Okay, we're waiting.
We're
but-
waiting on the
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay.
The music started already.
Happy birthday, Justin Torres on the
That's tomorrow.
21st.
Justin's
Tomorrow.
And our good friend Roseanne Elliott, who they moved to
Tennessee on the
Yeah,
27th.
on the 27th.
Okay, that's all.
That's all we got. Thanks a lot.
Happy birthday.
Show the music.
Change the screen.
Change the screen.
I don't like
While he's doing that, hey,
So how is-
Tim,
okay. Yeah.
what did Mr. Cheese say to the shop assistant when she selected the wrong size dress for his wife?
What?
That won't fit her.
You have to know that pre-show this afternoon, he actually found jokes that were so bad he wasn't even going to do it.
No, there were some that were so
So
bad.
bad.
We're gonna have to try them on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, they
no.
were really bad.
So how was your week? We've been talking about my stuff.
So my week was it was good. It was, or 2 weeks. It's been
2 weeks.
2
2
weeks.
weeks, yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. Pretty much my time is focused on moving Arabesque.
Right.
But
we made progress
I have
there.
10 more days to empty that space out in Waterbury.
That's been 50 years there.
55 years there
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm searching for a place to put the Avon.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's not taking that?
No. So Michael, the previous owner of Arabesque, was a member of the Connecticut Avon Society
Didn't know there was
way
a
back
society.
years and years ago, when they collected and swapped Avon.
Ding dong.
So I have
A whole
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Avon products from the 1970s on, like even before the 70s,
They're-
on in their original boxes, in their original containers,
Yeah.
still brand new. Like I
Uh-huh.
have the Betsy Ross Bicentennial collection, and I
Ooh.
have all of the antique cars with the stuff and all of the Old West. And so if anyone out there
I know, I had
collects Avon or is fond of Avon,
There was a
or if there's a
fragrance.
museum that wants to do an Avon exhibit, please let me know. I know I have to say, I was helping Michael. He was sorting it out because they wanted to sort it out by category to
Sure.
see if it could sell.
Yeah.
And so it filled the shelves in the store. And I was coming across things that for me had gave me a visceral response because I remembered my mother having it or my father having it on his dresser.
Right.
So I know that out there are people that would see these things and have that same kind of
Oh, sure.
response where it brings a memory back. And so there might be somebody that would really love to take a look at this stuff and go, oh, I remember
I
that.
know
And-
that we went through a phase that we had several Avon products in our house.
Yeah.
I know there is a fragrance that I was particularly fond of. I don't remember what it was because it's been forever.
My father wore the Old English.
Was that Avon?
Yes, it was
Okay.
it was Avon. It was that kind of a smell. And so he always had it in the little antique cars on his dresser. And then he had a cowboy on a horse, and you would take the hat off the cowboy and unscrew the cap and sprinkle it, and it was on a horse. So, I have all of those things. So anybody out there, if you're interested in Avon or if you have any suggestions for me, I would love to hear them. I would hate to throw it all away
Their
because
suggestions are overwhelmingly that you need to sell it on eBay, and the chat
it's not
is going
it's not
it's-
worth it. It's
no.
not worth anything on eBay.
They're
It's
not,
not
yeah.
worth the effort of putting it on eBay and
that's
shipping it. It's really not. It
that's-
doesn't have that value. I thought about taking it to the White Elephant and putting up a table and seeing what people would, a
Yeah.
dollar or whatever or
Yeah.
whatever. I would hate to see it go in the trash because I know it does have some sentimental value to people.
Yeah.
Even if there's an Avon person out there that is interested in it,
Yeah.
I'm just
I think we
curious.
should
with that.
contact the Smithsonian. I bet they don't have an Avon collection.
Now, like I even have one of those. It's a little kit that is when you open it, it's all the sample lipsticks that the saleswoman
Oh my
would carry,
goodness. Oh
and they're
my
all
goodness.
brand new. They're all still in their little wrappers.
Now, for you people out there,
What do you mean,
Avon was a
Avon?
whole door-to-door salesperson that would come to.
Wow, was that directed right at me?
No, in your
Yeah,
direction.
so
I can't
yeah,
even see with
so
these
that's
glasses.
so that was my week was my 2 weeks
Yeah.
were that
So you've been really busy with that. Yeah.
so busy. You
So-
were there. You helped me. I got a U-Haul truck and we
We
moved.
picked the coldest day.
Both weekends.
Both
We
weekends. It
we
was
moved
freezing.
we moved the 3,000 costumes out of the store
Yeah.
to
I've
move
seen-
them into the new space.
I've seen costumes wouldn't even imagine were possible.
Well, because
for
there
that
was a
place.
storeroom.
There was places
That-
and he had a lot in his regular store. Michael had a ton of costumes.
Yeah.
But then he also had a third floor.
We have the
next-
third floor storeroom.
Yeah.
And I found up there a little treasure trove that I didn't even know about.
Wow.
For those of you who know me, I as a costumer, I have a real affinity towards the 1970s, 60s and 70s time frame.
Right.
I love the clothing and I love that stuff.
Very colorful.
And I found an entire rack on the third floor of nothing but 1970s. There is a man's leisure suit that is white with bell bottoms that still has the price tag on it
Oh my
from the
gosh.
store he bought it at. The pants aren't hemmed. It is an immaculate
Yeah,
condition.
yeah.
It's beautiful. And then I found, one of those red, it's a red polyester dress with the shawl that has the marabou around it that the women wore. I peed a little when I found this rack. I was like, most of it's this big, like
Yeah.
all this.
That is the biggest problem is the people were a lot smaller.
But
in those days.
I loved this stuff.
Yeah.
And then there were some things that I picked up and went, oh my God, like,
yeah.
this has to go away,
This is
or
going-
because it wasn't stored properly or whatever. Never, if for everyone out there,
Yes.
if you bring your clothes home from the dry cleaners, take the plastic off. You cannot leave the plastic on your clothing.
Why?
Don't, because the chemicals stay on the clothes from the dry cleaning process.
Yes.
And if you don't take the plastic off, they continue to heat up on that fabric. That's how you get those rust marks from the hangers on your clothes.
You know,
That's why you get those weird stains that you can't figure out. It's
Yeah.
because those chemicals are going to continue to cook on there. And take that plastic off and store them away. Get them off of if the metal hangers don't have the paper on them
Yeah.
or don't have the foam. If they have the foam, take them off of there. The foam's going to rot
That is
away.
true.
It doesn't stay. So
That's the best tip you've ever given on this.
take the
You know, and
plastic
that's
off
a
of
good-
there.
No, it's true because
Nobody ever knew that until just now.
Don't.
no, because I had last winter I have this lovely camel skin coat.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's a
Yeah,
full length
It's a
coat.
lovely coat.
And I had a dry clean because I got some salt,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Salt from
Yeah.
shoveling and cleaning your car, stuff like that. So I had dry clean and I left it in the closet with
No,
the thing
take
on.
that off of there.
Yeah.
Take it off. Let it breathe for a while,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And then you can put it in a garment bag if you want to, but don't leave it in that
That's a
plastic.
good idea.
That plastic is really bad for clothing. It's bad. So
So what's the
at-
difference between the plastic and a garment bag?
you're taking it out of the plastic and let it air. You've got to let
Yeah.
it air. Let
Okay.
let
Right.
the fabric breathe after being out of that, because
Right.
it comes out of those chemicals, hangs up, and then whack in a bag. You've got to let it breathe, let it air out, get it off of that wire hanger, especially a coat like that. You want
Yeah.
it on a nice coat hanger that
Right.
has the wide
Yes.
top on it,
Right.
so that you don't get that pinchy little thing
Yes.
on the top. And then you can either get they have a special thing that you can put just over the top, and it just covers the shoulders and the top
Oh,
to keep
okay.
dust off,
Right.
and the rest of it is left open, or you can put it in a nice garment bag.
I
And
never
if you
knew that.
can, get a cloth garment bag. Don't get a plastic one. They have cloth
Where-
ones.
Do they?
They sell them, and they breathe. They're breathable.
Okay.
So it's not, you're not putting this thing in a closet where it's going to heat up and then
Yeah.
cool down and heat up
Yeah.
and cool down. That's going to breathe. So
All right. So what's your opinion on mothballs since they're in all this stuff?
I mean, there's all kinds of products out there to help you with that. I mean, if you want that smell on your clothes, that's fine.
Some
Cedar does the same thing a mothball does.
I like cedar. I love
Cedar
that.
does the
I
same
love
thing a mothball does.
Something about cedar.
Lavender does the same thing a mothball does.
Okay.
They don't like those smells. That's the whole point of that. So
Then why were mothballs so popular in the 60s?
because it's all they had.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. Cedar does the same thing a mothball does. So, at
Cedar's a lot
Arabesque,
better
you
for it.
know, because you spent evenings with me bagging those costumes up.
Right.
For years, we've used dry cleaning bags. When you rented a costume, the dry cleaning bag would go over it, and then you would take the costume out, and then it would come back and we'd
Yep.
take it off. I eliminated those from the store because I don't think that they're eco-friendly at all.
Right,
So
right.
they're eliminated from the store, and I bought garment bags in mass. So when you rent a costume, it goes into a garment bag, it goes out, it comes back. I can wash that and reuse it.
Right.
It's just, I'm trying to
Now,
be.
we have bagged all those costumes, but that was just for the purpose of moving it.
Correct. And you saw that most of them, I used garbage bags
Right.
from the bottom up,
Yep.
because now those have been untied. Those garbage bags got folded and put in a bag because I can use them
Use
for
them again.
garbage.
Right.
So I was trying really hard to
So-
be responsible.
But you've been finding costumes that you had no idea.
I had no idea. I found these 4 costumes that were alien costumes, apparently
my
in the
God.
70s. I meant to
Oh
bring
my
one with
God.
me. They're hysterical. They're like these
Yeah.
unitard
like-
tights with bell bottoms and capes and these fuzzy heads that you put on with big noses
It was like Muppets meet
that look a
Saturday Night
little
Fever.
bit. Wah,
Yeah,
wah.
it
They-
was-
yeah.
it was really
But there were some things that I was like, I love this stuff. And then some stuff that was like, what was this?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we opened a box and there was a costume that had a lot of latex pieces and they had all melted together. So it came out in one like lump of,
Yeah, so I
Latex.
guess that's not a keeper.
no.
We
Our
have some-
audience is very, very thankful that you let them know no more wire hangers.
No more wire hangers.
No, listen. Wire hangers serve a purpose. I send out the rental costumes on wire hangers.
Yeah.
They take up less room on the racks.
That's
They're
true.
easier to handle
true.
when we're moving things around. But we don't store the costumes here at the theater on wire hangers because we don't have a climate controlled storage area here at the theater.
Sure.
And so with that, you get humidity and all of that, and that's where you're going to get more of those rust stains and damage to the costumes
Yeah.
from the wire hangers that don't have a cover on them. So I have nothing against wire hangers. We use them all the time, but I don't like to store things on those hangers.
We
Yeah,
have,
'cause we're afraid of that.
yes,
That's right, because I'll come after
you
you.
will. We have responses. for
We
the
do. Favorite school lunch.
lunches.
Let's hear it.
Rob Rosnowski, yes, I guess that's who Rob R is. Hamburgers. Casey liked the pizzas, fries, and chocolate shakes. chocolate shake.
Where'd you go to school?
Where do you go to
She
school?
still dips her fries in chocolate shake.
I tried that once. No, that's actually very good. Yeah.
Brown gravy. I do brown gravy on
Well,
my
brown
fries.
gravy, that's a
They're all
different thing.
monsters.
Yeah,
I love
I
brown
know.
gravy. Yeah.
Yes, I'll go with that, especially the new fries. Amber had PB&J, but that was from home.
Yeah.
Tony, tacos. We never had tacos.
We never had tacos either.
Yeah, that's a recent thing.
It was too
Deb,
ethnic.
your sister said pizza. Martha, chicken patty sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
And Chanel said, you texted him in? Oh, you chat on there? Okay. Chicken nuggets with taters. Taters.
Oh, tater
Also,
tots. Tater tots?
Your sister said that her cafeteria was also her detention room.
Oh.
And she spent many, many dates there.
I remember that she got into trouble a lot.
What'd she get in trouble for?
I'm not gonna say. I know a couple of things, but I'm probably not supposed to.
Was she smoking in the?
I was, you know.
Smoking in the restroom. Oh,
Mm.
this is what we'll have. We'll talk afterwards.
Did your school have a smoking lounge?
Oh, the teachers' lounge.
We had a smoking lounge at our school.
We did not have a smoking.
There was a smoking lounge. Yeah, it was outside in a covered area, and
Yeah.
it was the student smoking lounge.
Oh, we never had that because they
Yeah.
discouraged that. But if you were to open the teachers' lounge, the smoke would waft throughout and it filled the hallways. It was always a lot of fun.
I remember in middle school, one of my teachers smoking in the classroom.
Really?
Yeah, during class.
It wasn't chemistry.
No, it was English.
Oh, well, it was. It was
Mrs. La Liberté.
Oh, I would tell you about my English teacher, but it's not.
And
that
she
kind
would,
of
I
show.
was always getting into trouble, and she would always be like, you know, Mr. Bassett, birds of a feather flock together, go sit in the corner.
My school nurse would smoke.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's always a
school
good
nurse
school
smoke.
nurse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The school nurse would smoke.
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah,
That's a
so
good thing.
you know,
Hey, you had a recent meeting with our friends from Bolton.
yeah. So so we had a meeting about the One Act Festival because today was the first day that we started sending out plays to our reading committee.
Okay. Yeah.
So we have a reading committee here, and the folks in Bolton, United Kingdom,
Right.
they have a reading committee.
Yes.
Everybody receives the same plays,
Yes.
and then they send them back to me with a yes or a no vote. And
Okay.
then I keep a kind of a tally sheet, and majority yeses
Yep.
go into a separate file then.
Okay.
So that once we've read them all, June 30th is the deadline. So once we've read them all, then we go back into that file and it's kind of done again,
Right.
but locally. And then they will pick the plays that they would like to produce, and we pick the plays we would like to produce.
One of the more interesting things that came out in your meeting, you told us, is the fact that they have somebody on their committee named Ed.
Yes, they have, but he has 2 Ds.
2 Ds.
Yes, and you know, and one of my favorite people. I love them all.
I know
But
it.
you know, she said, "You know what they say? 2 Eds are better than 1." Eds, not Eds. Eds.
We ran with that for 2 days.
Yeah, we just carried
Oh,
on.
we-
2 Eds are
Eds.
better than 1.
Eds,
Eds, not Eds.
no,
Eds.
Eds.
Eds, not Eds.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
It was awesome. Yeah, no, we're having a really good time, and they're so looking forward to this festival. It's
Yeah.
the first time they've done One Acts before, and they're super excited about them, and so are we.
Yeah. You
It's nice to get them.
briefly mentioned a deadline, so people can still submit at this point.
Until June 30th.
Yeah, so.
Right up to June 30th,
Yeah.
we're accepting submissions.
Come up with an idea, write a One Act.
You know,
100%.
Amber Dumpy submitted one.
That's good
You've
for her.
submitted.
Yep.
I've gotten Harold Pantley submitted. I mean, we've
Oh,
gotten
wow, that's
lots
great.
of locals. I got one from Uzbekistan.
Oh dear.
Again. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
I
This
had,
the second. Yeah, they've sent before.
now,
I love you if you're watching in Uzbekistan.
oh, great. I can just wait to see the translations.
Yeah.
Do you ever get ideas? When do you usually get your ideas for a One Act or something like that, a play or something? Does it-
You know
just
what? They
pop in?
rattle in my head for a long time.
Well, when's
They
the-
do.
that-
They rattle in my head for a really long time.
Yeah,
And then I just finally decide to sit down and write.
okay.
And my biggest problem with writing a One Act is the ending.
Right.
Oh man, how do I
That's why.
resolve this
Yeah.
in 2 minutes? And so a lot of times I'll think of something like I have an idea for a plot. I try to think of the ending before I even start writing, so
Okay.
that I don't, because otherwise I find that it ends up being too long,
Sure.
and it ends up being
More than the
you
one
know,
act.
you know,
Yeah.
my play Murder at the Prep Table started as a one act,
I can see
and
that.
it was part of the New England Actors Theater, the Short
Neat.
and Neat Festival down in
Right.
New Haven.
Right.
And it was voted one of the best ones.
Nice.
And it was really on the suggestions of people there that I turned it over to a full-length play.
Cool.
But it was a one act to start with.
Now, do you ever get any ideas when you're like just about to fall asleep?
Not the ones I want to write about.
Oh. I only bring that up because the other night I was just about to go to, I was watching all that. I was just about to fall asleep and this idea hit me. And I'm like, and I've done this before where I was like, I'll remember it in the morning. And then the morning comes and you're like, oh, what was that idea? So no, I actually
No,
got up and wrote.
I tend to.
There's nothing
no.
worse than a nocturnal submission.
Toss them up. Toss them nice and soft.
Hey, Tim,
Hey, what?
what did the cheese say to the therapist?
I don't know, what did the cheese say to the therapist?
I can't bear it any longer.
Yeah, that's kind of appropriate.
It is. So,
But anyway.
yeah, we've just been carrying on and talking. We actually do have something we want to talk about tonight.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
Do we?
It's ridiculous. We've just been going on and on. We've been going on and on here. Yeah. So, you know, we had auditions
Yes.
last week for
Alibis.
Lovely play. It's the first play of our season
Yep.
in the March time slot. And unfortunately, we did not have the turnout.
2 nights worth of
2 nights
auditions.
worth of auditions, and there was no way to cast the show.
No.
And even if you cast everyone who auditioned,
We still
we
would have been
still would have been short.
short.
We didn't have enough people.
Yep.
And it's brought to light that problem that we're facing, that
And we're
you
not
know,
alone.
no, we're not alone. A lot of theaters in the area are facing this, and I've called and talked to people to ask, you know, we kind of had this, maybe we were short-sighted in this, but we thought coming out of the shutdown, we needed to do shows with larger casts so that we could have larger audiences.
Sure.
But what ended up happening is we just don't have the people. Folks are not comfortable with coming out yet to perform in groups. And in hindsight, you know, I was getting some responses to the audition announcement email with folks saying, I'm not comfortable yet coming out
I
and
would
being
love
a
to
part
come
of a
out,
group.
but
I would like to, and
Yeah.
I look forward to being in a show that Tim is directing one day, but there
Yeah.
was always a but. And so we were hopeful, and we just
didn't pan out.
we just couldn't get there. Now we find ourselves in a in a situation now where we found a show that we thought would work in the time slot,
Yep.
using a pod. And to be fair, not using people that auditioned for the show, because we didn't want to say, okay, we're picking,
Right.
or we're playing favorites or whatever we're doing. But the problem is that now the publishers are short-staffed.
Yep.
And so they're telling us it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks before we find out if we have a license for this show that we
That's a
found.
little late for putting on a March show.
Yeah, we would be opening in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And so when I called to say, look, this is the situation, you get that message saying we're working from home. Please, you know, we're short staffed, be
us.
patient with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
process. And I did get a call back that saying that there is no way to rush this. That show is coming off of restriction or was recently on restriction. And
Yeah.
so we're faced with this really difficult position to be in. And we're trying to work through it. We're looking at options, and
Yep.
because we have to have a show in March,
It's vital.
because we're going months without a performance, and we're still having to pay bills, and we have, our insurance guy will tell you that in March our insurance is renewing,
Yep.
and so I'm sure
we
I'll get
still
that email soon. And so we
still have
have
to pay rent, we still have to pay the heat, we still have to pay utilities.
the heat and utilities, and unfortunately, what happens with the heat and utilities, like I had said, we're not gonna be at the theater all the time and have the lights on and have the gas running the gas and all of that stuff. But what's happening is, if you use less electricity, they charge you more for the delivery charge.
Right.
And if you use more electricity, they charge you more for the delivery charge. So it doesn't really matter because the prices still go up. So regardless, our electricity is costing us $400 to $500 a month with the main account. There's one for upstairs, there's one for outside, there's one for, and then the gas is the gas. So regardless of that, we still have to have a show in March. So we're
not feasible.
So we're
to just
searching
shut
that.
down. And
No.
say, we'll wait till everything is
Right.
over.
And so, one of the difficulties that we're facing and that a lot of theaters are facing is it's the rock and a hard place and the double-edged sword kind of thing. In that we have auditions and we don't get the people we need, and we start making phone calls. The phone calls that we make are to the people that we know.
Right.
And to the people that we've worked with before, because we know we can trust them. So then what we get is people on the outside saying, you always cast the same people, you precast your shows, why should I bother auditioning?
Right.
The only reason that we cast the same people is because they're either the ones showing up to audition, or they're the ones we know to call if we don't get enough people.
Yeah, it's a
So you
vicious
have to
circle.
come and audition
Yeah.
in order for us to cast new people. So and we're not the only ones facing that.
No.
All of the
Yeah.
other theaters in the area face the same thing. You have to come and audition, give us an opportunity to get to know you and see you
Right.
and cast you in a
Right.
show. You can't, it's always like I say, if you don't vote, don't complain.
Right.
It's the same thing. If you
Same
don't
as they show up.
audition,
Yeah.
you need to give us an opportunity to cast you, and we will.
And we have been very fortunate in our years leading up to the shutdown that we were always getting new people. in
always
there.
getting new people. And I think, this coming season that we have, I think that we're going to see that. The Revolutionists is an amazing script
Right.
that I think we're going to see a bunch of faces come
Sure.
in that we had not seen before. And I'm really hopeful for that. Alabama Story, I think we're going to see some people come in for that.
Yep.
Of course, Romeo and Juliet, and then
Yes.
Head Over Heels,
Head
the
Over Heels.
musical.
Should bring a lot.
Because
Yeah.
we're not traditionally a musical company, most of the folks that are kind of in our core group of actors tend not to be musical theater performers.
Right.
So we tend to see different people on stage for that too.
Yep.
It is a rock and a hard place thing that
Yes.
we're in,
Yep.
that we're not alone. We're not alone.
And a lot of it has to, a big part of it obviously is the COVID, and that
The
has-
COVID!
the COVID has really put a damper on things. And we were talking about this before the show about Michael. We were talking about how people are working from home and they don't
Well,
want to
I
go
think
back out.
also to be honest, the shutdown was kind of a reset for a lot of people.
Sure.
And I know even for myself, it was a little bit of a reset.
Yep.
People have found other things that they enjoy, that feed their soul,
Right.
that they love to do. And so now they have to decide, are they going to come back to this rehearsing
Sure.
4 nights a week, craziness, or are they going to continue doing the
Doing the
things
things
the
that
new
they-
things that they found?
Which they like.
There has
Yeah.
to be, we'll find a balance. And like I said, we're not alone. I've talked to other theater directors. I've talked to other folks at theaters. They're having trouble finding volunteers for things because volunteers have found other things to occupy their time,
Yep.
or they're not comfortable coming out and being in a room full of people yet.
Yep.
I'm hopeful that we will get past it.
Yeah.
And
It was
you
a
know,
little frustrating because we had a really successful Christmas show.
Yeah.
And people loved it and had a great time. And we thought, oh, maybe we're turning the corner, and then boom, things happen again. So we're hopeful again, we'll turn a corner
right.
and move
But
on.
and
But
but
until then,
and to be honest, the Christmas show was part of last season when we cast pods. We
Right.
put that season together knowing that there was a possibility we were going to be virtual.
right.
And so we put those casts together knowing that those people had already been in contact with each other, and they
So
were
they were
part of
comfortable-
a group, and they were comfortable
working
together.
together.
So it's a challenge for us,
It's
and
a challenge for
we're
us.
going to continue to go forward. And we have a couple of different options for the March time slot, and we're going to plow forward, and
Stay tuned.
stay tuned for that. As
Yeah.
soon as we have a license on something or have a decision on something,
We'll
we
let you
will
know.
make an announcement on what we're going to do.
Yeah.
It's
It's a tough place. We're in a tough
yeah.
place right now, but
Yeah.
we'll get through it.
We will get through it.
We will, because
will,
we have terrific people with us.
We do. And our guest that's here tonight is going to talk a little bit about this with us.
Is she?
Yeah, because she was here for the auditions for Alibis.
yes.
And I'd love to hear her take on all of this.
I would too. Why don't
And
we
so
bring her
why don't
up?
we bring her up? Laura
Welcome to the
Sturges-Cortez. You look lovely this
Look at that.
evening.
Thank you.
So nice
I'm
to
gonna
have
look
you
at us
here.
three.
Look at
Look,
that.
a different pair of glasses too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I
Although,
love your
I think I might
glasses.
take them off. Aren't
May
they
I
pretty?
see your
They're gorgeous.
glasses? These are lovely. They're
I'll put
purple.
mine back.
Careful, if
Oh.
you let anyone see them and they like them too much, Tim is gonna buy them.
Wow.
What?
You're blinder than me.
Shut up! No.
Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah.
no.
I kinda
get
like-
used to it.
But you know what? I kind of like the world through this view.
it's nice. You look
Everyone's
crystal
so pretty.
clear. Yeah. There you go.
I like those.
Uh-oh. Tim likes them.
Tim likes it. Tim, you want to have a go?
You know what? You know what else, Tim?
Blind eye
You know what else
answer.
Tim likes? Cheese.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
honey, you should see these. Try these. These are progressive.
Oh my god. What am I gonna look like in these? Oh no.
Oh
This is-
no. No, Tim, those don't look good on you.
I can't say.
Purple's not your color. Hey, Tim.
Purple's not my color.
Hey,
Purple is
Tim.
my color. What?
What's the smartest cheese?
I don't know. What's the smartest cheese?
Cheese whiz.
I like that. As much as I like that too, and as much as I like cheese whiz, I could never get over the fact that if you want to go to Philadelphia and get a Philly cheesesteak,
Mm.
you say
Whiz.
whiz.
Yeah.
And that just doesn't sound right on a.
Well, because they use a cheese sauce. They don't use cheese whiz. It's a sauce that they call whiz.
It's not cheese whiz.
No, it's a cheese sauce and they call it whiz.
I feel violated.
Oh
They
my
call
God,
it whiz. They call it
cheesesteak.
whiz.
I heard cheesecake and I was
No.
very
Cheese
confused.
steak.
Oh, yes,
Cheese
no,
Right.
no,
steak.
there's, honey, no man
Hey, you
makes
know,
cheesesteak.
since it's International Cheese Lovers Day, let's ask our viewers,
What's your favorite cheese?
Let Michael know.
Yeah.
And
What's yours?
while he's doing that,
Um,
Hate you both.
I like both a very, very sharp Vermont cheddar
Right.
and a blue cheese.
Ooh,
And in
okay.
fact, there is a cheddar that's a marbled with
Really?
blue cheese. Yes.
what?
That
Look
sounds
how
like it
perfect
would
is
be,
that,
that
right?
would be amazing.
It is so
And I bet you
good.
that would be amazing on apple pie.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
You know, because
Maybe.
cheddar on apple pie
Cheddar-
is so
that
good.
is how
Yeah.
my
The
mother
cheddar-
eats apple
I
cheese.
never
The
got
Loves
cheddar
apple
with the
pie.
blue cheese in it on there.
Wouldn't that be good?
And
Because blue
it's
cheese
a
and
bit of a
apples is so
derivative, but, and that's the word of the day, Michael.
Derivative.
But this woman here makes the best cheesecake in the history of mankind.
Thank
Like
you. Thank
what?
you.
Yeah.
People have cast her in shows. I'm kidding. Just
Well,
for the,
no, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's true.
but it's
She
it's a
also
bonus.
screams
It's a-
really well on
I
stage.
do.
Yes, you do. And I wrote this down so I could say this in front of you because I've been practicing.
Yeah.
He even knows it.
I-
Top. What is it? Tapat. No.
Tach, bach, tach, tach, tach.
Hey.
To be or not to be.
No,
In Klingon.
Tach, bach, tach, bach.
Wait, here's my other one I know. Molds. Chole chu.
Ooh, and that means
Molds.
fire, right?
Beam me up.
Beam me up.
Activate beam.
Is that what it
Our-
means actually?
My husband knows more Klingon than
That's
I do.
the extent.
That's
that,
okay.
That's one of the reasons I married him.
Kapla and
Kapla means success.
yes, and gach is about the extent
Gach
of
is a live
a live
type.
worm. I bet it'd be good with
dish.
cheese.
Probably.
Yeah.
I always
everything-
picture it as
everything-
being more savory, so more on like the
Ooh,
yeah.
like chocolate sauce on it.
Oh, I bet though.
Chocolate covered
Yeah.
gach.
Yeah.
So Laura,
Yes, Ed.
We're
give us
geeking out here.
your take on this whole situation that we're finding ourselves in with actors. And I mean, how did you feel about coming out to audition? Were you apprehensive at all?
I don't know if I would say apprehensive, but I did have a moment where I felt blah about coming out and getting out. And I knew that once I got here to the theater that everything would be different, and
Yeah.
it was, but getting myself to get in the car and take the drive.
That is exactly true.
It was insane.
It's the hardest part is getting that first step out your door.
And I felt like it wasn't just I was scared to audition because I hate cold read auditions. I'm so like nervous and I always feel like I flub everything, and you know it's so hard.
And
to
yet you're
audition.
amazing at auditioning.
Yes,
I mean, you're one of the actresses that every time you read a character, it's totally a different character. Like you really think about it. When
you understand what.
Yeah.
You do
But it's true, you know, Tim and I talked about that, and I talked about before the shutdown, I really didn't like being home a lot. I didn't like being home alone. I didn't like being home a lot. And then the shutdown happened and we were forced to, and I kind of like nested.
Embraced it.
I kind of, I really came up with like routines at home and enjoyed being there and getting things done at home and finding new things to do. So it is sometimes difficult for me to get up in the morning and go, okay, I have to leave now.
Walk out that door.
Yeah.
Because your nest is so comfortable, and I work from home now, like full-time permanently. The company made the decision that was it. Everyone just goes home and works full-time now. You're never going to come back and work in the office anymore.
Oh, they made it permanent?
I love. No, this was insane because when COVID happened, everyone was talking about how awful it was for us being social beings and how hard it was. But for me and for so many people who aren't being talked about,
right,
we actually had zero anxiety for the first time, and like we were actually comfortable working. We were way more productive because nobody was coming to our desks and chatting with us. It was insane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's what they were actually afraid that productivity would go down.
And it ended up going
And my sister in Tennessee works from home for the company that she worked for in Vermont, and find the same thing, that people are more productive and things get done.
So this was your first time working from home?
Yeah. And I've stayed working from home and I love it. I never want to go back.
And your cats love it.
Cats love it. It's fantastic. But because I got so comfortable there, learning to get back out and then get back in front of an audience was like, what? So when we did the last
Kill Me Deadly,
it was like, am I really going to do this? And then it wasn't just pre-show jitters. It was like, I haven't done this for a while, and now it's in front of an audience. And now also there's COVID, which is very real and scary. And all of that kind of worked itself out because everyone was vaccinated and we felt very comfortable with each other, and then we got used to it, and it was fantastic. It was a wonderful product, and
it took us
a
while,
wonderful
right?
show, a good production.
It took us a while to get comfortable
and to get used to it and like learn our lines again. That was insane.
Oh, that was the hardest part, I think.
Probably
because we got so used to learning lines over show after show.
And then you take a big break from that, and all of a sudden your brain
is
like,
anymore?
No, we're not going to do that today. Like, no, we have to learn these lines.
Right.
And then to have a big long like winter break, so you had like Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and you're being exposed to a big group of people. So maybe even further back than that, Halloween was about the first time when people felt, I think we got a good handle on this situation. We can go out, we can party, we can drink, we can hang out in costumes and masks and stuff. So we all went out for Halloween and we had some fun. And then Thanksgiving was a month later. And we're like, oh, maybe this isn't a great idea.
Right.
And then Christmas came along and we're like, oh no.
Everybody spent Christmas on the road.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
This was a very quiet.
Some people did go and visit and stuff. And then you had New Year's, which I think might have shaken people up a bit. So I think that played a part in why.
And I think that's the problem with right now is people don't know. Should I be going out and doing social stuff, or should I be irresponsible? Am I being irresponsible, or should I stay at home and continue staying within myself?
Right.
Which for actors, it's by and large, it's a pretty hard thing to do. We like being out.
We love our audiences, and there was a bit of depression there.
Yes,
because when you don't have your audience as an actor, you tend to just curl up in a little ball and just your soul just kind of withers a little.
I think in the beginning of the shutdown, we all did do that a little bit. And then we had Zoom happy hours and Zoom game nights and Zoom. Yeah. This podcast, we started doing this and we loved it. Like we so looked forward to Thursday nights.
Yes.
Because every Thursday night we're doing this. And then we did like the Halloween thing. We did the Christmas movie. And we did all the stuff that we were doing. But
in the back of our minds, it's like, this is going to end sometime.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back. It's gonna be all over, and we're gonna get back to our normal. And
Looming doom.
Yeah.
But
But
what's the
also
new
like
normal?
a,
that's
you know,
What's
it's
the
gonna
new
go
normal?
away.
that's the thing.
And
I'm,
that's where
I
we
gotta
are.
say, I'm sick of that term already.
The new normal.
New
Absolutely.
normal.
Yeah.
I'll settle for normal. Any kind of normal. What's gonna be normal for what's
But
next year gonna look
It
like
is gonna
compared
be
to
new though.
it is.
But
it
this
is,
isn't
true.
going to change.
And it's not gonna be
That's, I think, the
normal,
major
yeah.
point. That's the
Yeah.
major thing of this is the new normal is this is our life now.
And you and I were talking about this not too long ago. I'm at that point now where I will always wear a mask indoors when I go into a store or something like that because I feel comfortable wearing.
Well,
a
because
mask.
people are dirty. You
Well-
dirty people. No, I mean,
They
I
pick
guess
up the-
I ended up.
They were dirty before.
I mean,
true.
I wear a mask everywhere, and I still got the flu. I had
Yeah.
influenza. I was sick. Like
Yeah, you
5
were.
days of just.
Yeah. Yeah.
I missed
But it
New
wasn't
Year's Eve with
COVID.
my friends because I was on the couch peeking out of one eye. You know, I was so sick.
Yeah.
That's the
And I
importance of
wear a
still getting your
mask
vaccine for the flu,
everywhere.
too.
I had the flu
You
vaccine.
got it.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I know.
He's one of those
Getting the
lucky
variant that they did
winners.
vaccine for that year.
Yeah.
And then also like you were wearing your mask all the time and being super protective. What are the
Right.
Yeah,
chances of
but
that?
I have a bad habit. I put my hands
Yeah.
on my face and my fingers in my mouth all the time.
Oh,
And
no.
I had gotten bad about using my hand sanitizer. I wash my hands all the time, but I am really bad about putting my fingers in my
Yeah.
mouth,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I gotta stop. I
do
gotta
the
like
same thing too,
I
though,
have
but
to
yeah, you
stop
have to
because
stop.
that's the bad. That's
Can
where
we-
I'm
can we give,
convinced that's where it came
That
from.
was
Like,
actually one of the
Yeah.
best advice a doctor ever gave me. They said, they were like,
take
"You
the
know what?
plastic
Number one
bags off your clothes.
They said,
Doctor.
don't touch your face, don't touch your mouth, don't touch your eyes.
Mhm.
They were like, that's when it happens.
Yeah.
That's when you get sick.
It's the
Stop
best thing
touching
for
your face.
skincare.
Would you like to know the
too.
cheese poll?
Sure. Tell me the cheese poll.
We heard from a few people.
Okay.
Your sister doesn't like any cheese.
Deb doesn't like
She
cheese.
said none.
Deb,
What's the matter with you?
Ragazza cheese.
Mozzarella's a cheese. You
My
gotta
God.
order a pizza for crying
Come
out
on,
loud.
lasagna. Ragat.
What's the matter with you? Sorry.
We were
No, okay.
Italian once, you know,
Yeah. Before he actually found out you
before I
weren't.
spit in the tube.
Yeah. That'll change you every time.
I didn't say the spit on the tube.
I know-
Spit in
okay.
the tube. I said-
Spit in the tube.
Anything for a good time. Amber likes.
Amber likes what?
Goat cheese.
Oh, goat
Oh, goat
cheese.
cheese is
Okay.
nice, yeah.
Casey likes to smoke Gouda,
Mhm.
which is just.
delicious.
Now I've never heard of this one. Lori Rosnowski likes drunk goat cheese. Now is it cheese drunk or is the
Ooh.
goat drunk?
Either way, I'm
No,
on
so
board.
we got clarification on that
Oh, thank
in
you.
the thing.
Yes.
Okay.
What is
in
the
chat.
clarification?
I don't know if
Yes.
I said the thing.
The thing.
So Lori had said it is goat cheese with a wine crust.
Okay.
All right. Whatever. I can see where you call that.
Ooh,
drunk
okay.
goat. That
can
would
get
be
on board.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see where the wine would soak into the
So
cheese.
it's a whiny
Uh,
goat.
Jessica Alvarado
Yeah.
likes pepper jack.
Oh, yeah, she
I've
does.
never warmed.
She
Pepper
does.
Jack.
I never warmed up to pepper jack.
No, you
No.
just haven't had the right one.
Well, I don't like. I'm not a big fan of peppers.
So pepper. So for me,
I don't know
I
you
don't
anymore.
like. I listen. I
Who
don't
are
like
you?
pepper jack if I have to eat it with a cracker. Like I don't-
okay, maybe
but
that's
I
'cause
like
that's
it
my-
cooked in things.
Like a
Oh,
pepper
that
jack
must- see,
burger.
that
Like a
makes
pepper jack
really
burger,
good.
That
really
really
Yeah,
good.
pepper jack on a burger is
So
Yeah,
good.
okay,
So
that
good.
actually makes more
So
sense.
good.
Yeah.
Because the only exposure I've ever had of pepper jack is on a
Yeah,
cracker.
I don't. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah, no.
yeah,
That's all right.
And it
Dana
melts
Willie
it.
is a big Swiss fan. Lori is a Swiss fan too. Lori loves her Swiss
I don't
cheese.
like Swiss.
I like baby
really don't.
Swiss.
I really don't.
know
Yeah.
you.
Fair, fair.
If I'm feeling, I get Lori some Jarlsberg, and she's just happy as a clam
yeah.
because she'll put that shit in everything.
Where does that saying come from? Happy as a clam. How do you know if a clam is happy?
I have never
It's
met.
not. It's not happy.
Have
if
you
you're
ever
boiling
met-
it in a pot or steaming it?
Have you ever
but
met
you are
another?
happy when you're boiling it.
I'm
in a
happy.
pot.
Well, I'm happy if I'm being steamed in a sauna, but I'm not happy if I'm being steamed as a clam.
No, but
like-
you're happy when you steam a clam because you're gonna eat that clam.
I don't
Not me,
steam
I
them. I
hate
just
steaming.
order them.
So yeah, okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Anyone
That's
else?
all I got. That's all I got.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, what?
Speaking of favorite cheeses,
Yes.
what kind of cheese do you use to coax a bear out of a tree?
I don't know what kind you use for a bear tree.
Come on, bear.
So happy as a clam.
Oh, that's good. All right, so
Happy as a clam
Yeah.
originated
yes,
with the idea that clams were happy during high tide
because it has smiles.
when they were out of reach from human consumption. So
Oh.
I feel like it should have said, I'm as
happy as a clam at
during
high tide. There you go.
That's great.
It probably just got short.
Speaking of
Yeah, I
that,
was gonna say.
hey Tim,
Hey, what?
what kind of cheese has curly hair?
Well, I don't know what kind of cheese has curly hair.
Parmesan.
You know what I gotta say? Sometimes being here is like purgatory.
That didn't fly.
That's not
No.
funny. That's not funny. So what's the panel? What's the panel's position on fondue?
I love fondue.
I have never tried it.
Oh my God.
No.
I love
God,
a
we
good
both like gay,
we should have a fondue party some night.
We really
So because you do not only the melted cheese,
Yeah.
you do like we would usually do like 2 different kinds of melted cheese. We would do the hot oil,
Hot oil.
to
yes.
cook things in,
Ah.
and then we would
Yes.
do the chocolate.
That's
See, now
dessert,
I've
yeah.
only had the dessert
Oh
fondue.
no,
no.
The
Which
two,
I
you have to have
highly
the 2 different
recommend.
kinds of
My
cheeses.
Aunt Bert had a
Ugh.
recipe that used Cabot cheese,
Oh,
Okay.
and you get the freshest bread, like a baguette or
Oh,
something that you
yeah.
could possibly get.
Right.
Oh,
then you
my
chop it
God.
into cubes.
Yes.
And then you do like
you each have your own
in the
colored.
oil, you can do like little cubes of meat. You can do vegetables.
We
that'll
do.
fry
I
them.
love
Oh,
that.
so
We
I mean, it
do.
always sounded so good.
Yeah.
Melted
We make a
cheese, sign me
tempura.
up.
Yeah.
And then we take either vegetables, not me personally, or I would do like little bits of chicken.
Yeah.
Dump it into tempura and fry it like that. You
So,
get your own- oh.
In Japan, we used to go to restaurants in Japan, and we would order something called shabu shabu.
Shabu shabu.
Shabu shabu, which was like an electric pan in the middle that had
Oh,
either
yeah.
oils or water in it,
Yeah.
boiling,
Yeah.
and you got all these things that you put in it and take out to eat, like vegetables and meat and fish, and you would just, oh my,
I saw this thing where they were
So
like,
good.
they dipped the meat in, and it was like, like 1 pass was like
Yes.
super rare, and
Yeah.
then like 2 passes
Right,
was medium.
yeah.
one.
right.
Because it's sliced so thin, so it
Yeah,
cooks
it
so
was.
quickly.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
the
like
other
really
thing is-
thin, and it's lovely, and it was
Oh,
so
I
good.
love
And they
that.
served it with a bowl of rice with you, and so good.
The other thing is when you do the hot oil too, is
Yeah.
you gotta have some really good dipping sauces.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you
A blue
hot
cheese.
oil
a
stuff.
blue cheese
A
sauce,
blue
with like
a
yeah,
peanut
piece of
sauce,
spice.
a,
Yes,
a Korean
Absolutely.
peanut sauce, or
absolutely. We
yeah.
should. I have fondue pots. We should definitely do a fondue party.
I'm game for
for all of
fondue
our chat folks out there,
Yeah.
tell Michael if you've ever had fondue, if it's something you would try.
First
You
off,
know,
we're already talking about a fundraiser.
So,
for
a
Phoenix.
fundraiser.
Yeah, so-
that's a brilliant idea.
That's a
I'm very
brilliant
fond
idea.
of a fundraiser.
yes,
I like
because
it.
we're very fond you. We're fond of
Fondle
you.
you.
We don't fondle you. We're
having a
fond
whole
of you.
We're
No,
very
don't
fond
do
of the
that.
Conversation we're having, okay?
No. Hey
That's
Tim,
that's another story. Yes.
what's a cannibal's favorite cheese?
I don't know what's a cannibal's favorite cheese.
Limburger. Limburger.
I cannot
Take
wait.
me so long.
I cannot wait. I am going to. I'm going to watch this on YouTube, and I'm going to get that joke in there, and then just have that little pause there. Like,
Where she just Limburger.
I'm going to make a meme out of you yet. That was amazing. Is it time for us to do the contest with her?
One last joke.
Okay.
Yes.
What did the ghost say to the cheese?
What did the ghost say to
Or
the
I'm sorry, the cheese say to the
What
ghost?
did the cheese say to the ghost?
I'm lactose intolerant. Oh, come on, Chanel. That was a good one. It was a good one.
We're still
Yeah, it was.
Oh, come on.
It's no limit.
Anyway,
It's no limit
we have to
for her.
play a game now
Yes,
with
we do.
Laura.
Is she
Oh,
gonna
God.
be working? Is she gonna be working with a chat person?
She is.
Oh, not working with, but playing for it?
First off, I didn't know I used to number people.
Yes, you have to number people.
We've only,
All right.
how many years have we been doing this
There's
now?
spinning
First
wheel.
off, you know what?
Everyone in the chat, please say hello to Michael.
Say
so
hello
he
to
can give you
Michael
a
so he
number.
can give you a number. So just say hello.
Actually,
Michael,
everyone just say cheese.
There you
cheese.
go.
And just so we know.
All right, and there's
Oh my
also a little
gosh.
bit of a delay, so you gotta.
Yes,
give it some-
everyone
wait.
say cheese
We'll
to
wait.
Michael, because there's a delay apparently.
I'm really hungry for cheese right now.
You know, I could go for another one of those.
Oh, which one was it? Was
Oh
the
my gosh,
the
you
black
guys don't
cherry
have
one?
any more. It was the black cherry.
Are
That was
they in
the
the
last
other
one.
refrigerator? I'll go look for
No,
you.
we're all done.
Oh,
I'm
Andrew,
gonna go
come
look.
on. You're so special. I took a look. I didn't see any.
No, we only had a few
No.
of those left.
But it was the Black Hog hard seltzer.
The hard seltzers, which
Hard
is something
seltzer.
relatively new.
It was so good.
Yeah.
So many hard seltzers end up having citric acid, which is an ingredient
Yeah.
that if it's listed as citric acid, it is made in a lab
Right.
and added.
So this is
It is
natural. This
also a
is-
naturally occurring substance and it is
Yeah.
created in a natural process in a lab, but it is still
Well, I will make sure that.
something that I
Excuse
can't
me,
have.
Next time that I
But this
go to
didn't
Black
have
Hawk,
it. It
I
was so
will,
good.
I will make sure they know that.
Yeah, I mean it's one of the
Because
few
we tend to go to
products
Black
that
Hawk a
is-
lot and,
Yeah,
and we were just there last week or this week, right? We were just at
Yeah,
Black
I'm
Hawk.
sorry, we're out of that.
that's all right.
Michael,
I'll
how
have to
are we
just
with our
have
guests?
to use it as an excuse to
I-
go to Black Hawk.
as
know.
fast as I can
Okay,
write 'em.
so Laura, you're gonna spin this wheel as fast as you can.
Oh,
Just don't
God.
land on.
Spin it.
Spin that wheel.
Big money, big money. Hey, we can go along.
Full hawk. Full
Oh,
Black Hawk.
wow, Black Hawk.
Oh God, what did I land on?
What's she land on?
That's jargon gymnastics.
How lovely.
Stretch your mind
Hold on, he's got to put the background up. Stretch your mind.
and your tongue.
Stretch your tongue.
Okay.
Jargon gymnastics.
Are you ready?
You're playing for yourself and a guest.
Somebody else there.
I have a
No.
party trick with my tongue, but I am not doing it on YouTube. That is something you may ask me to do in person. I'll show you guys after.
Yeah,
That
like
is
that.
not
Is it
happening on
like that at
YouTube.
all? Kind
You
of.
know, it's a bit more gymnasticy than
Oh,
that.
gymnastics.
Okay, jargon gymnastics.
All right, so we're going to ask you 3 questions. There'll be 3 possible answers for each question. You have to get 2 out of 3 correct
Oh,
to
God.
win for yourself and for one of our.
I'm
You're
so
also
big, I'm
you're playing
smarter
for
with my
someone at
glasses
home
on.
or an audience member.
Okay, so this week's jargon gymnastics is all about the Iditarod.
Okay,
All right,
yeah.
you know what the Iditarod
Yes,
is?
I do.
I kind of figured you would.
Chanel, do you know what the Iditarod is?
There
A
you go.
dog sled
Okay.
race thing.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
cool. Oh,
The
whatever.
Balto one?
Cool running? No, not
I think I dated him.
what?
Iron Will?
Yeah.
You'll have to
Okay,
tell me
go
that
ahead.
later.
First question. What is a wheel dog? WHEEL. Is it A, Iditarod slang for a snowmobile? Is it B, a sled illegally equipped with hidden wheels? Or is it C, the front pair of sled dogs used for turning corners and getting around trees?
I mean, I want to say B.
Really?
You sure you want to say?
No.
You think they actually go into the Iditarod and hide wheels on a sled
That's being used in the snow.
that's in the snow?
Yeah.
No?
Really? You think?
So what's your answer? You don't have to get this one right, but
Jesus.
you have a choice of 3. Actually 2, since we kind of.
How about C?
You should never.
What's that?
I'm terrible at the C.
C is correct.
Come
It
on.
is the front pair of sled dogs used for turning corners and getting around
I'm
trees.
so scared.
She's freezing up here.
Oh my
Give
God.
her some more.
I don't test well, okay?
Okay, all right. Here's your second question. What is pedaling? Pedaling. Is it A, when a driver has 1 foot on the ground and 1 foot on the sled? Is it B, when a driver has given up on his dogs and takes a bicycle instead? Or C, what the camera crew has to do to keep up with the lead sled.
A.
It is A indeed.
Okay, the third one.
All right, you got 2, so you already won the game. This is for the clean sweep.
Okay.
What command does a driver yell to start his team? Is it A, hike? Is it B, mush? Is it C, let's go?
It's B, much.
Really?
It's actually
It's
all
A.
three.
All
It's
three.
actually
All
all
three?
three. Yes.
You win.
Can you
Trick
imagine?
question. bastard.
The race has started. Let's go.
Well, because my
The
friend had
numbers
a
are
husky
1
dog.
And they always say
through
mush.
And it's
14,
like
and
in
you
their
have-
breeding.
Yes.
We would be walking it and she would say mush and the dog would just.
So
bolt.
now we need
Oh,
you to
yeah.
pick a number between 1 and 14.
7.
Number 7, Carlos wins.
What?
And you
That seems like a setup.
tonight, you each won a $15 gift card to Taco Bell.
Oh my God.
Because we
I
know
love
you
it.
love
Wait,
Taco
no,
Bell.
no.
Now it's
He is.
Unfortunately, they only had congratulations graduate cards. So congratulations, you graduated.
Perfect. Wonderful. I love it. You're holding them up again. We're good. That's adorable.
So you won gift cards to
Carlos
Taco
is happy
Bell.
as a
Thank
Carlos
you.
is happy as a
I'm
clam
very
in a taco.
excited.
So
Their potatoes, like the potato tacos, are really underrated. They are
Really?
so good.
Hey,
So good.
since we do this every time. Why don't we ask Chanel this question?
Chanel,
This day in history, January 20th. One of these things actually happened on a January 20th. Was it in Breaking Bad debut on AMC in 2008? Chemistry teachers across America are seen in a new light. Is it B, Peter Pan starring a 72-year-old Kathy Rigby closes on Broadway? Thank you, Carlos. Or was it C, in 1945, at his 4th inaugural address, President Franklin Roosevelt says he was kidding about running for president the 4th time and steps down?
I'm gonna go with A.
That is correct. You win absolutely nothing, but that is true. Breaking Bad.
so listen, we have to talk about just some things that are coming up.
Yes.
We'll be back here in 2 weeks, of course, because
It'll be
it's what we do.
February.
It'll be February. Yeah, and in February we have 3 events coming up. We have Cheyenne Wellens Cabaret Feelin' Myself, which is happening on Friday the 11th and Saturday the 12th at 8 p.m. Tickets are $20.
Yep.
Reservations are strongly recommended because it's not reserved seating, it's
Right.
open seating, so
Right.
you need to let us know. And then following that, on February 18th and 19th at 8 p.m., Cheyenne will be back with her new cabaret that's called All You Need Is Love. Wa-da-na-na-na. I'll be singing in that one with
What?
her and for her. We're singing a song from Spam-A-Lot.
Oh, yes.
And
Okay.
and then I'm singing a song from A Man of No Importance, and she's got a whole bunch of other people. Eric is singing in that one. Eric's performing in that one.
Nice.
So that's on the 18th and 19th of February, and then on the 26th of February, Stiletto, the Billy Joel cover band, will be
You're
here.
excited.
Those tickets are
very excited.
$15
They're gonna time me
on
up and
Saturday
down.
the 26th at 8 o'clock. So
Oh, wow.
again, reservations are strongly recommended for all of those events. Remember to subscribe and to like our channel. We know there's a couple of new people out there, so like us and subscribe to us.
Thank you for watching.
And you can support Phoenix Stage Company anytime you want to.
Well, hold on, you didn't hear me. Like, I love for there to be.
We need like a
weird,
cattle
like, an
prod.
interlude
I'll go like this.
I feel like
Into, hey, I'm ending the show.
Well, we're talking.
That'd be great.
Normally, you're on me because I'm talking too much and we're late already.
Well,
So
I'm
You
late.
guys usually talk too much, but like, there's no warning here.
Here we go. I'm writing one out for you now.
that's not the right slide.
Trying to.
Nope, that's incognito. Nope, there it is. You can support Phoenix Stage Company anytime you'd like to by donating to phoenix-stage-company.square.site.
oh, I guess it should be this. one.
We appreciate your support and everything that everyone does for
Yes.
us.
Yes.
If you have any suggestions for future podcasts, or if you have any questions, you can email me at
Oh, wait, we have that too?
ed@phoenixstageccompany.org.
Yes.
Yeah. And we'll be back with another topic that we don't really know what it is yet next time.
We should come
we
up
need
the
to-
day before.
We need to thank our sponsors. Al's going to hit some music for us.
Black Hog Brewing Company, Oxford, Connecticut.
I liked it so
We
much,
I
love
drank it
all.
She drank it all. I'm drinking it. We enjoy them so much. and
We
we're
do.
very
They're out of
grateful.
Oxford, Connecticut, up by the airport. Our very good friend Rowan is the new manager there.
She's lovely.
They're so super supportive of Phoenix Stage Company and so many other organizations. They do pet adoptions all the time.
Yes, they do.
They're at Black Hog, and it's just a really nice
It's a
place to go
comfortable
and hang
place to
out.
have a beer. They usually have food trucks. They
Yeah.
have in the good weather in the summertime. They have disc golf.
Yeah,
They have
it's
lots of
excellent.
things
Now.
to do.
It's excellent there. So please go visit Black Hog. We also need to thank our sponsor, Sierra Ridge Media Arts, Deb and Jeff Cryan. They're a full service media company out of Naugatuck, Connecticut. So
Yep.
thank you for everything you do for us all the time. We really, really appreciate you. Deb Cryan is the stage manager for Cheyenne's cabarets that are coming up this month. So yeah, we all love Deb.
Oh,
She's
everybody
fabulous.
loves it.
Yeah, everybody loves Deb.
Everybody. She should do a TV show.
Oh, maybe we should have her on our podcast in 2 weeks.
Maybe you should.
All right, Deb, if you're watching, we're gonna book you.
So what's asked the audience? Should we have Deb as a podcast? No.
I think he's turning us
Let's
off.
get turned off.
I think he just turned us off.
Oh,
But
yeah.
anyway, thank you all so much.
I always.
Thank you so much for being here. Laura, thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you for having me.
Yeah.
Tonight.
We'll
Stay
see.
warm.
We will see you next time. Say good night, Tim.
Good night, Tim. See, I did it right that time.
And I think you already shut us off.
Did he shut off?
No, I didn't.
Oh, the music just stopped.
Turning you off, and
Al, the
I get
music
it.
ended
I
too
love the
early.
part where
I
like the
turned
audio
you
just
off.
keeps
All
going.
right. Happy podcast, everyone. Cheese you later.
Yeah, oh God, I need some cheese.
We got punchkis.
You do.
Oh, there's punchkis.
God. Are they out now?
They are.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, did they come out?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
came out.
They
Punchkis came out
Yeah.
already. We love
Oh
punchkis.
my God, they're
Yes.
so good.
Can you imagine if they made punchki with a cheese filling?
Al, can
Like-
you play the music again? I
Like-
need a place to stop.
Like a cannoli.
No, that wouldn't be like a cannoli.
No,
It's a
no.
punchki with cheese in
No,
it.
like a cream cheese, like a cheese dance.
No.
but they
No,
make it-
no, you
yeah.
gotta put a savory
Like
in
a cheese
there. Like,
Can everyone be quiet so I can
Wait,
end the show?
Listen, this is an
No.
important
see
discussion.
you later,
about
everybody.
cheese. Bye.
Bye.
Stay warm. Seriously, I love cheese.
I really- What?
I like cheese too, Tim, but there's a limit.
Oh my God! Shut! Good night, everybody.
You have to go to the bathroom? Oh.
Al, take the music. For the love of-